morning, good afternoon, or good night, my fellow Chibits. Today, I'm here to bring all of you, once again, another weekly anime review of Kiznaiver. We have a lot of romance in this episode, a lot of romance building up with a little bit of drama here and there, but I have to say I'm liking the pairings of this episode, because as we know, Kiznaiver is a series that focuses on character development and characterization, and it's not mainly a very good story-driven series, it's just mainly about the characters, and so, this episode kind of shows us which characters might be with which characters at the end of the series. For instance, Nico and Tenga. That relationship right there was kind of implied a couple episodes back, but now we really get to know point blank in this episode that Nico does have some feelings for Tenga. And that right there makes me happy. Just to see that, I'm really happy to see, because I feel like these two characters really could work together. I mean, besides Chidori and Tenga being together, I could see that working as well. Seeing Nico and Tenga as well, that would be a very cutesy couple. And seeing how she had that, like, you know, little jacket on in the middle of this episode, I was like, oh, that's so fucking cute! That's so cute! So, I gotta say, I give points for the animators and the people that did the art in this episode. They did a very good job with a lot of the scenes in this episode and made it look very atmospheric, and it really helped the scenes give some life to it, like when you had the storm going on in the background, especially that scene with, you know, Katsuhira and Chidori when they were in, you know, that room and you see the lightning and rain behind them. That was a really nice scene. I love that scene so much. You see the lightning flashing in the background, you see the rain, and then you see how the music is, or actually you hear the music playing with this scene. It was just such a good scene, probably one of my favorite scenes of this episode, besides the little mini flashbacks here and there, getting to see the children running. It really added a creepy tone to the episode, which I don't know if the animators and production team was trying to kind of imply, but it had a very creepy atmosphere, it did. And once again, if you still did not believe that Katsuhira and Sonozaki had some form of connection, this episode pretty much just shoves it into your face, like, yes, they are connected. They both are the children in the past. That's what it shoves in our face. So if you still did not believe, here you go. Now you cannot deny it. Because I know, and I'm willing to bet, there was some that was still denying it. Now we have more proof that there's a connection between Sonozaki and Katsuhira. So, with the flashbacks, we now know that Sonozaki, she is indeed the person that was kind of experimented on. And it wasn't an experiment that was technically forced. I'm willing to bet the children were probably forced, but the parents that put their children in it, they willingly did it. So this comes to the fucked up part. So, the parents of these children that had the experiments done to them, the parents allowed it to happen. But the children most likely didn't have any consent. They probably didn't have any choice in the matter. They were just put in that situation thanks to their parents, and so they lost different parts of themselves, maybe emotions to, you know, feeling pain, thanks to what their parents put them through. And we are confirmed that majority of these children, they were not kidnapped. They weren't kidnapped from their parents. They weren't, like, forcibly taken away and then conducted these experiments on. It wasn't something that was done against the will of the parents. Maybe against the will of the children, but not the parents. And also on top of that, we do know that all the children that were experimented on, they are still alive. None of them are dead. They're all fine, they're all alive, but maybe some parts of them are kind of missing. For instance, as we know, Katsuhira, he can't feel pain, he doesn't really feel emotions well. Sonozaki, probably the same exact way. Episode overall, I mean, it's a very simplistic episode. It lets us know that these characters are still trying to overcome many of their problems, but also showing that they need to grow closer connected with some romantic feelings. And that's kind of the main goal of this episode, trying to connect the characters to where they could be with, you know, the person they love. And I'm really curious about how this is going to end, because as you know, I love romance, but I wonder which person Katsuhira is going to be with at the end of the series. Is it going to be Sonozaki, or is it going to be Chidori? Because, as we know, we have one character that's going to kind of be out from the entirety of the connections with different romance relationships. I mean, unless you have our M-boy get with Nico or something, or Chidori, that's the only thing I could see. That's the only thing I could see happening if everybody gets with the person they care about. But even then, I just don't feel like, you know, Chidori would like, you know, Super M, or, you know, Nico would like Super M either, because of how his personality works. So there's going to be one character that's going to be kind of left by themselves and not have any romantic pairings in the series. So who will it be is the main question. But that's about it when it comes to this episode. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. How do you feel about the music? How do you feel about the end of this episode with how Katsuhira saves Sonozaki from the statues that were falling? How do you feel about the confession that Chidori was trying to do, but Katsuhira kind of looked over and didn't think much about it? Do you feel like that will come back to haunt him with some drama in the next upcoming episodes? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please be safe. Chibi out.